have started, that is the from the beginning of time. Now you in the page number third, first of all we have already gone through this, and this is the skull of a Neanderthal man. Some of these who dismissed the antiquity regarded it as brutish or that of pathological idiot. Means this skull that you can see, it's very flat on the top. It means that brain is very small, and which cannot be of like a man, it can be of animal, because animals usually have a small brain. And then you can say the jaw is protruding outside. It means the jaw, mostly like monkeys and apes, they have a jaw which are protruding outside. Now you come to this, the story of human evolution, the precursor of modern human being. So you can see these are the four you can see the images which are given of the skull. First is of, you can say, a, this belongs to an ape. So how you can say that it belongs to an ape? Because when you will see the upper portion of the skull, then you will find it is very flat. It means that there is very less space for the brain to be there inside, and if the brain is there, then again it is of very small in nature, like of any animal or creature. And then you can see the jaw portion. So the upper jaw portion is again protruding outside, and the number of teeth are, you can see, like canine and all that. Again it shows that it is of an animal, because mostly the animals have the teeth which are there to tear the flesh, and it is protruding outside. That is, it is just like an ape like creature, means chimpanzee or monkey. Then you can see B, this skull is of Australopithecus, or you can say which has evolved 5.6 years ago in on earth. And now some changes have been occurred from the first one to the coming of the second one. This is of an ape. First A1 is of an ape which evolved on earth some 36 to 24 million years ago, and it was the skull of a ape like creature. And then B1 is of 5.6 which evolved, and it is of Australopithecus. So this long span of time has made some changes, and which you can say it's a stage of development. Now the you can see that Australopithecus, which is also has originated from Homonoid, it has somewhat developed. Now the skull has somewhat rounded to have some more larger brain inside. The protrusion of the jaws is also somewhat less, and so the eyes are more visible for the clarity. Now the C1 is of, belongs to a species known as Homo erectus. Homo erectus, which evolved some 1.25 million to 1.2 million years ago, and again it is now taking the shape of a modern human. The above skull has become more rounded off and more broader, so that larger brain can come inside, and it has evolved into much thinking power. And then you can see that the protrusion of the jaw, upper jaw, has become very less, and it is taking the shape of a human face. Now D is a Homo sapien, which is a modern man. The, you can see the changes have developed, and it just evolved some, you can say 1,60,000 years ago. So you can see the skull has rounded off, so that larger brain can be there, which helps in the thinking power of the man, which gives the thinking power. The protrusion has almost, you can say, has become extinct. So you can say the jaw is to going inside, and the number of the teeth are also less, and they are in the shape of, you can say, incisors, which is and the canine is almost extinct. so it is for eating vegetables and all that. So this D1 is of the modern human being, or you can say Homo sapiens. Now I will read this. Primates. Primates are a subgroup of a larger group of mammals. They include monkeys, apes, and humans. So they are the larger group of mammals, and they also include all type of apes, monkeys. They have a body hair, means all the mammals have a hair on their body, and then a long gestation period following birth, means they keep their babies inside in their womb for a long period. Mammary glands are there in the females, and different types of teeth are there for cutting, chewing, and grinding and all that. Like we can say, in a human being we have four type, usually means we have four type of teeth. In the front we have the incisors for cutting the food, and then we have two pairs of canine and one pair of canine, but it is of no use for us because it was in the use it was useful for the animals for tearing of the flesh. So it is very small in nature, um, and unlike like animals, especially carnivorous. And then we have two pairs of premolars and then molars, which is used for grinding the food. Now let's come to this. Okay. Now the difference that you notice in the skull shown in the illustration. Illustration, as I told you, illustration means with the help of pictures or with the help of images, when one want to tell you or narrate you about anything. So that is illustration. Some of the changes that came about as a result of human evolution, means the development that took place for a long period of time. The story of human evolution is enormously long and somewhat complicated. There are also many unanswered and new data often led to revision. So let's continue with this. It is possible to trace this development back to between, as I have told you, that the A image was related to an ape-like creature which evolved some 36 million to 24 years ago. And then if you consider a page, okay, let's continue because I don't think so it's so important. Then that was, so these primates or a long or you can say primates are the subgroup of larger group of mammals like chimpanzee and all that, which evolved on the earth is 36 million to 24 million years ago. And their fossils have been traced out or found in Asia and Africa. Subsequently, by about 24 million years ago, there emerged a subgroup amongst the primates called hominoids. And after some period of time, again a subgroup has evolved from the primates, that is hominoids. And uh, this included apes, and much later, about 5.6 million ago, we find evidence of the first hominid. So 5.6 Australopithecus, hominoids and Australopithecus. Well, hominoids have evolved from hominids. They also have evolved 5.6 years, and they have evolved from hominoids only, uh, and share certain common feature. There are major differences as well. Hominoids have a smaller brain than hominids. They are quadrupeds. Quadrupeds means they walk on their four limbs, walking on all the fours but with flexible still. Even though they are quadrupeds, that is they walk on their four limbs, but their first two limbs, that is the hands, can be used for holding the things, means they are flexible. Hominids, by contrast, have a upright posture and bipedal locomotion, means they walk straight, that is they are erected. Their backbone has, now they have developed the what means backbone and straight backbone, and which helps them to walk on two legs. There are also marked differences in the hand which enables the making of and use. And now when their hands are free, means now they are not using their hands for walking, so they are using their hands for doing other purpose like holding things, making stone tools, for protecting themselves from other animals, as well as for holding their kids and all that. We'll examine the kinds of tool made and their significance more closely later. Two lines of evidence suggest an African origin for hominids. It is said that hominids and hominoids both have evolved from Africa continent, because the first fossils which are very old, they have been found, that is 5.6 million years ago. That fossil have been found in East Africa. So it is an evidence and nowhere else in the world. So this evidence suggests that first of all the ape-like creature has evolved on the earth in the African continent. Okay, first it is the group of African apes that are most closely related to hominids. Second, the earliest hominid fossils which belong to the genus एस्ट्रोलोपिथिकस. सो होम ये कह रहे हैं, इट इज़ ऑल्सो सेइंग दैट कि जो सबसे अर्लीस्ट होमोनिड फॉसिल मिला है जो कि एक उसकी उप प्रजाति एस्ट्रोलोपिथिकस का है. इट हैज़ बीन फाउंड इन ईस्ट अफ्रीका एंड डेट बैक टू about 5.6 million years ago. In contrast, fossils found outside Africa are no older than 1.8 million years.